The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
High School as we get set for the boys basketball FCIAC semifinals on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network. I'm Frank Renito, sitting alongside my partner Kevin Coleman as we are just over 5 minutes away for tip-off in semifinal number 1. It's a rivalry renewed in the postseason, the battle for Route 7, the number 3 Ridgefield Tigers and the number 7 Danbury Hatters. How do these teams get here? Where Ridgefield had to go all the way down to the wire. A buzzer beater by Nick Ladowdy to top Fairfield Ward 63-61. Danbury, a 59-56 victory over the Darien Blue Wave. And the score doesn't really tell the story of that Danbury win. Up big at points in time, Kevin, and they saw that lead slip away.
You're right, Frank. Talking to the coaching staff, this Danbury Hatter team doesn't like to make wins easy. They can go up by a couple points, and then towards the later part of the game, they start getting a little sloppy a little bit. And that's where you saw Darien really, take advantage of turnovers, fast break points, getting some easy buckets, second chance buckets. You saw that lead really trimmed down. Danbury only won by 3 points. Danbury really was the winner of that game, but boy, they sure made it interesting at the end.
You were on the call for that Ridgefield win. Who impressed you in the Tigers' quarterfinal victory?
Well, let's talk about the guy who scored the game winner, Nick Ladowdy. I think without him on the floor, you're talking about Ward tonight. I thought he was huge inside. You talk about 4 big blocks. His Ward really did a nice job against the Tigers of keeping pace, even though the Tigers were winning all game long. He did a great job defensively to make some big blocks down the stretch. 7 points, 12 rebounds. A big night for him, and, of course, the big buzzer beater to win the game. Brendan McNamara as well. He's a guy that was missing in this regular season game. This game was at Danbury. Danbury winners. They won this game even off the tip-off. Played great first quarter, took a big early lead. Ridgefield did a nice job of trying to make a comeback, but it wasn't enough. Danbury did a nice job, but Brendan McNamara was not playing Frank. He's going to make the difference tonight.
And that is right. They met back on January 10th. Danbury, comfortable win, 63-49. Up big for the majority of that game. Denali Burton went for 15. Chris Torres, 14. The only Tiger in double digits was Chris Longo with 10. And Denali Burton is an interesting matchup in this one. I thought he had a very strong game on the glass in that January 10th game against the Tigers. A little too much for Nick Ladowdy. Another factor in this game, Marcus Fox, we believe to be back at 100% on that banged-up ankle from earlier in the year.
Yeah, Marcus Fox being named to second team all FCIAC. We'll talk about him and Titus James. The two of them were kind of on and off all season long with, reoccurring injuries, both suffering in the offseason leading up to the game. This was a Danbury team that I thought did a great job dealing and winning some games without Marcus Fox and Titus James. And one of those big reasons was Denali Burton. I thought he's been massive on the glass, like you just mentioned, Frank. Even on the offensive end, you're talking about a guy who's becoming so big on the floor and the inside and not only the outside. This guy can shoot. Boy, do we see him slam down. Probably one of the most impactful dunks we've seen all season long.
And the depth for Danbury is something that really stands out to me, and it's specifically at the guard position. Yes, there's Titus James to come in and spell those bigs down low. Jordan Aline obviously going to play a huge role as well. But when you look into the backcourt, you've got Chris Torres, Tyler Scalzo, Cameron Snow, Javon Hernandez, Jordan Brown. There are a lot of guards that can make an impact for the Hatters. How does that play to their strength against a Ridgefield team that really doesn't go more than 7 deep?
Listen, Frank, we've talked about it all winter long. This is a guard-heavy FCIAC this year. There have been some great bigs, but boy, it's really about the guards this season long. They've been so good. And for Danbury, how about Javon Hernandez? 21 points in the quarterfinal game against Darien. He was the player of the game on Saturday. Got a chance to talk to him post-game. This guy made the difference in this win right off the bat. He was nailing some three-pointers. Not only can he shoot, he's great at bringing the ball up court, very strong, ball handling skills, moves the ball around, gets everyone involved. This is a Danbury team that has great ball movement. I think head coach Casey Bach has done a fantastic job of making sure that, don't rush your shot. Take the high percentage shot if you can. Work the ball around the perimeter, look inside, kick it back out. You're going to see that tonight, Frank.
One thing that impresses me about the Ridgefield Tigers, the athleticism. They are bigger, lengthier players, and they can score from anywhere on the court. It'll be interesting to see how the Hatters match up defensively. We are going to step aside, Kev. When we get back, we will welcome Chris Kutzo onto the broadcast. We'll have the opening half and starting tip-off on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
Wild Birds Unlimited, your one-stop shop for all your backyard bird hobby needs. Premium bird seed, freshly delivered each week. A great selection of bird feeders, houses, a patented pole system, bird baths, and a vast array of wonderful gifts of whimsy and nature. Visit us at 356 Heights Road in Darien, next to the post office, and across from Norotan Heights Railroad Station.
Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for InSports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit InSportsCenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars. Wow. Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
Back on the HAN network, Frank Granito, Kevin Coleman, and across the way, our own Chris Kutzo. Let's go in between the benches with Chris and get his thoughts on our first semifinal. Chris.
Frank, I think Kevin makes a very good point for when you first were talking about this in the pregame. This is a very guard-heavy semifinal tournament here at this FCIAC Boys Hoops. Javon Hernandez, one of the most impressive so far in this FCIAC tournament, had a great game against Darien, led a big charge by Danbury. I think he's going to be a difference maker tonight here for these Hatters.
Thank you, Chris. As we've just been introduced to the starting lineup for Danbury, it'll be Messiah Crandall, Marcus Fox, and Denali Burton in the front court, with Jordan Aline and Cameron Snow in the back court. On the opposite side for the Ridgefield Tigers, you're going to see Brendan McNamara, Zachary Essenplayer, Joseph Newborn, Christopher Longo, and Nick Ladowdy. And this a matchup compared to a lot of the other teams we've seen in the tournament, specifically compared to Ridgefield and even Trumbull, where the size is much more obvious on these teams.
You're right, and you look at both these teams up and down. I mean, you look at Ridgefield, they have Nick Ladowdy. Huge difference down low. Brendan McNamara has some good size on him. Of course, Chris Longo, how about the season he's been having? Great quarterfinal as well with 16 points against Fairfield Ward. And then you look at Danbury. Marcus Fox has some good size. Denali Burton, Titus James. They're going to be the guys who are really going to be looking down low. And then around the perimeter, you're going to see Javon Hernandez, Cameron Snow, Chris Torres, Messiah Crandall. You know, these are the type of guys you're going to see around the perimeter. And for Ridgefield, you're going to see Zach Essenplayer, who really, Frank, is the captain quarterback type point guard for this Ridgefield Tigers team. You're going to see McNamara jump back out occasionally to a shooting forward, but you're going to see him down low with Ladowdy. Chris Longo will float around. You're going to see Joe Newborn. Newborn had a great quarterfinal as well. I love these two starting fives. You know, if I was a coach, I would have a hard time picking which starting five I'd like to have. This is a very good matchup between these two teams. And again, Frank, like I said, we couldn't ask for two better semifinals tonight.
And a correction here by me, Kevin. I wrote that down wrong. It is Javon Hernandez starting in the lineup, not Jordan Aline.
We're going to see Marcus Fox wearing number 55 as well.
As we are underway with the first semifinal, Snow comes up with the opening tip, and the Hatters on possession first. They are wearing the all-orange to the Tigers all-white as Snow steps into a two-pointer. No good. Ladowdy the rebound to start.
Good open look for Cameron Snow to start things off. Let's see what Ridgefield does in their first offensive play.
Inside to Ladowdy. He gets his own board, tries to go up again, had it blocked. Put back no good by McNamara, and there's Hernandez to control the board.
Here comes Javon. Watch what he does here. Good attempt by the Ridgefield Tigers. Couldn't quite get those second chance opportunities.
As outside over on the left.
How about this matchup, Frank? Brendan McNamara and Denali Burton.
As away with the steal is Essenplayer off the glass, and we are underway officially now. 2-0 Tigers strike first.
Good start for the Ridgefield Tigers. How about the steal from the captain, Zach Essenplayer? Big steal. Good start for the Tigers.
As controlling outside on the right wing is Hernandez. Burton looking down low, wanted a foul called. Thought Essenplayer might have held him there, but nothing called.
Yeah, she had the size advantage there on Zach Essenplayer, the switch. There it is.
Crandall tried to take it into the lane. It was rejected by Ladowdy. McNamara up ahead. Over to Ladowdy, and coming away with the steal is Marcus Fox. A handles and pass from the big man. Snow up through contact, and he draws the foul.
Nice play by Marcus Fox there to intercept that from Ladowdy. Great pass to Marcus Snow cross court.
And Chris, that's some of the athleticism we're talking about. How about the big man Marcus Fox gathering in the rebound, running the floor, and the big-time pass up ahead?
Yeah, you could just tell with this Danbury team that they have so much length and agility that they just have the ability to beat anybody in this conference. But they just had such a little rough stretch with everybody being injured that they find themselves now healthy. So we'll see if they can continue their stretch of good play here in this tournament.
As Snow well short on that first free throw. And then knocks down the second. Good job there. That foul was on Joe Newborn. First one of the night.
Both teams starting off man-to-man, tight defense.
Dowdy trying to get open down low. Here's Longo off a screen through the lane, and it was blocked that time by Marcus Fox.
Nice defensive play here by Marcus Fox. Javon usually likes to pull up and hit that.
Into the lane, over to Fox in the corner for three. Off the rim, no good, and Longo the rebound.
Both teams a little rusty to start things off, scoring-wise.
Inside, Ladowdy working on Fox, and good defense again. Now it's, Essen player who couldn't get that one, and it's last touch by Denali Burton staying with the Tigers.
Tigers getting some great looks on second chance opportunities, just not finishing. Ladowdy has had a couple good chances. SM player, strong start, hustle-wise.
There he is inside again, up through contact, no good, and Denali Burton the rebound that time.
Messiah Crandall there gets a credit on defense.
So it's Crandall now working on Longo. Down low to Fox, spins around off the glass. No, can't get it to go. And now the Tigers wanting to run in transition. Poked away by Crandall. He's going up to the rack with the left hand. No good, might have forced that one. That'll for it again, and Longo called for the push. Has a very fast pace to the start of this one. A lot of transition running from both teams.
Sloppy start for both sides. They got to clean things up here. That's just a frustrating, that's a foul just out of frustration there by Longo.
As Snow controlling here. 2-1 the score, 5 minutes remaining in the first. Semifinal number 1. That's number 3 Ridgefield, number 7 Danbury.
See, this is what I was talking about in the pregame show, Frank. Danbury's going to slow things down, make sure everyone gets a touch, really do a nice job of working the ball around.
Snow on the catch and shoot three, came up short. Nolly Burton had an offensive rebound, but it's poked away by Essen player, and McNamara controls now. Big man showing off the handles there. It's quickly inside to Ladowdy. He tries to go up strong through contact, and a foul called here on Marcus Fox.
That's the third time we've seen them go down low for Ladowdy. He has a size advantage on Marcus Fox. Fox has done a nice job of keeping his feet still, doing a nice job defensively, but finally Ladowdy gets the call that he's been asking for.
Dowdy shooting 2. Knocks down the first.
Ladowdy for a big man, very good from the line. He's got that smooth left-handed approach at the line. Good follow through.
Off on the second, and Crandall the rebound.
Both teams starting 1 for 2 from the line.
Down low to Burton. Hernandez was open on the far side. Puts up a 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. As Hernandez saved it momentarily. St. Pierre, a little runner, no good. And Fox comes away with the rebound.
Nice job by Fox there. Both sides playing hard.
Cameron Snow with a runner, no good. Keep an eye on Snow. He took a hard elbow to the head that time from St. Pierre as he had a shot blocked. And then a foul on the floor. We'll see who it's on. It's going to be against Ladowdy.
Coach McClellan not happy with that. St. Pierre actually did a great job of pump faking up, trying to draw the foul. And now Danbury will have to try and use this as an advantage here. Ladowdy Going on the bench, we're going to see the freshman McGarity check in for the Tigers.
Going to see Jordan Aline and Chris Torres check into the game as he knocks down the jumper right away.
And in case if any of you were tuning in on Nutmeg Sports today, he was my X
There
Factor
you
there,
go.
Frank. He is such a good player. He goes unnoticed at times, but if you look back at that Ridgefield Danbury game during the regular season, he was the difference maker and the player of the game.
As Fox, good job to get the steal, keep it in play. Denali Burton running the floor. Trying to kick outside to Torres, and he can reset up top and slow it down.
Chris Torres plays a lot of hustle, a lot of heart, leaves everything on the floor.
Trying to get it down low to Aline, and they do. And he goes up for the bucket. And a timeout taken by Coach McClellan with 2:46 remaining. It is 5-6 in favor of the Hatters. We'll be right back with more FCIAC basketball on the HAN Network after this.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Renito, Kevin Coleman, and across the way in between the benches, Chris Kutzo. Let's hear what Coach McClellan had to say to the Ridgefield Tigers during that timeout.
Frank, he just told his Ridgefield Tigers they got to calm down, settle in, don't force anything. Take a number of good shots. Just calm down was really the message in that huddle. Back to you.
We've got a timeout at the scoring table here. Thank you, Chris. So 2:46 remaining, and you said it a couple minutes ago. I think it's really been the theme for this whole first quarter is just sloppy play.
I mean, look at the score. It's 5-3 with a little over 2.5 remaining. Teams are just having tough offensive possessions. I think a lot of it has to obviously do with the great defense both sides are playing to start. This is a semifinal game. They're both teams dealing with some early nerves going on. You know, both sides would love to win this game and go on to the championship game.
Jarrety was open for 3 momentarily. Newborn put it on the floor. And then Fox is called for a foul on the block. I believe that's his second. That is the case. So we will see Titus James getting ready to check in.
Joe Newborn, this is a guy the Tigers would love to get going here. Nice job of swinging the ball all the way around to him so he could drive baseline, get to the line. But again, like he did in the quarterfinal game, he really struggled from the line. See if Joe Newborn can fix that.
Missed on the first. Gets the second, though. Newborn on the scoreboard now. It's a 5-4 Hatters lead.
Good defense by McGarity on Torres.
So go to James at the free throw line, working on Ladowdy, and he's called for the travel there.
Good defense by Nick Ladowdy. That also is a good matchup down low. Titus James on Nick Ladowdy, and here comes this full court press from Danbury.
How about in warm-ups, we were standing by Titus James, just picking a ball up with the left hand at half court. One-handed throwing it off the glass and in.
Listen, he can do it all. Oh, great pass inside.
Smart move there from Essen Player, the hesitation. He gets his second bucket of the night, and the Tigers back on top. Burton trying to go inside, and Ladowdy sent him packing.
That's Ladowdy's second block there, Frank. He had 4 in the quarterfinal against Ward.
Denali Burton and Jordan Aline trying to go give and go on that inbound, but just a little miscommunication with 1:47 remaining in the first.
Another guy that Tigers love to get going is Brandon McNamara, number 2. 19 points in the quarterfinal. Struggled with injuries all season long.
As Newborn inside looking for help. McNamara's going to spot up a 3. Denali Burton sent it to the 7th row.
Oh, he gave McNamara a little stare after that. Listen, Frank, as a player, you hate for that to happen on the opposing bench, too, right in front of his teammates. He's going to hear it. What a big block by Burton.
As Essenplayer, a little dish off down low for Ladowdy, and he's called for the travel. Still a 6-5 Tigers lead with 1:18 remaining.
Good help defense there by Danbury. Both sides. Listen, going into this game, I knew this was going to be tight.
As here's Torres outside. Over to Aline. Kick to James in the corner, trying to go to the baseline. Call for a travel, though.
Titus James really shouldn't be sitting on the perimeter. Really get him down low on the post. Easy call for the referee there.
Hatters staying with the press with a minute remaining here in the first quarter.
We'll see Tyler Scalzo check in, another good role player on this Hatters team. Really good defensively. He's going to match up against Chris Longo.
As Longo going to put up a 3. Short off the mark, and Javon Hernandez the rebound.
Both teams ice cold from three-point land early on.
Hernandez tried to get the 15-footer to go. No good. McNamara the board with under 40 to play. Outside is Longo. Goes back to McNamara. Poked away, and now Torres on possession. Torres with Jordan Aline to his right, and that one slipped right through his fingertips out of play.
That was a great look by Torres. Nice bounce pass, too. Jordan Aline just couldn't get a grip on it. Bad turnover here late in the first quarter.
As it is McGarity holding. Under 20 to play. See if the Tigers are aggressive getting to the rim or if they're playing for one shot now with 10 seconds left. Down low to McNamara. Gets around Burton off the glass.
Pretty play by McNamara. Javon's got to keep an eye on the clock here.
By Newborn, but he forgot the rock. So the first quarter comes to an end, and it is an 8-5 Tigers advantage. We'll step aside, check in with Chris. We'll be back with more high school hoops right after this on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back on the HAN Network. 8-5. It is a Ridgefield Tigers lead heading into the second quarter. For more on what we heard inside the huddles, let's go across the way to the HAN Network's Chris Kutzow. Chris.
Frank, the message for Coach Gacy Bach in that huddle, press them. Don't let them get to the basket as easily as they've been getting to the basket. It's certainly been a defensive slugfest so far in this contest, but Danbury certainly has to pick it up and limit the turnovers if they want to get back in this ballgame. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And Kev, your thoughts on what was a sloppy first quarter is what we're going to stick with.
Sloppy is right. I think both teams just dealing with some early on nerves. You look inside. This is the type of play that Ridgefield Tigers need to keep running. They have the size advantage down low. If you think about it, look at the floor right now. You're going to see Tyus James about to walk in. There's no Tyus James, no Marcus Fox, no Denali Burton. Ridgefield's got to use that size advantage down low, and they just did.
As it's kicked out to the corner. Deontay Vines with it, trying to go to the rack. Had his own rebound, and there was a foul on the floor before that.
And nice job by Vines. Pump fake the three, drive baseline. Showing off that speed he's got down low.
Snow in the corner, fires one inside to James, and now Chris Torres with a deep three-pointer, rattles it home.
Keep shooting, young man. Chris Torres, such a strong defender. This is a good matchup right here. Torres on SM Player. SM Player, good ball handler. Torres, good defender.
And an offensive foul called here. There's a block against Ledowdy, his second.
Yeah, Coach McClellan has no choice but to go to the bench, get McNamara in there for Ledowdy. He's going to have to take a seat. And it's almost like a chess game how both these teams are going to sub tonight. Ledowdy comes out, you may see more big guys come in. That's what it comes down to, too, both benches. Which bench is going to come up bigger?
It's Crandall up top and kicks outside to Vines. Down to the corner. Scalzo beat his man off the dribble. Tried to go to the rack, and he lost it out of bounds, so the Tigers take over.
That's good help defense there by Joe Newborn.
As jumping the passing lane that time was Snow. As Newborn couldn't take the inbound. It'll be Longo to try again, but Chris, the press, very apparent right now as we're seeing the Hatters turn up the pressure defensively.
Yeah, you can see they're certainly starting to implement that full court press. And just, it's really realistically, they have to have really great on-the-ball defense in order to keep up with this Ridgefield team, because this Ridgefield team is very elusive, and we've seen it. And another big factor for Ridgefield, who's going to neutralize Nick Ledowdy? That's the question for Danbury. They have length, but Ledowdy is one of the biggest guys in the FCIAC, so they're going to have their hands full trying to defend him. Back to you.
As a pass forced to the corner, taken away by SM Player. Went through his legs, kicks it outside. As they wanted a double dribble on Longo, no call. Newborn working on Scalzo, and he's called for the carry. It would just turn back over.
That's good defense there by Tyler Scalzo. Shuffling his feet, staying low.
And still seeing some lackadaisical passing from both teams here as the teams continue to trade turnovers.
Early on nerves. I think it's just first half, semifinal game.
That's another rebound for McNamara as Torres' mid-range jumper was off the mark. Longo down to the corner, Majority with it. Goes up under contact, but before that he traveled.
Good call by the referee. Shuffled his feet before he put the shot up. Good idea, though, to pump fake and try and draw the foul. You see Coach McClellan telling them to calm down. Both sides need to slow the pace down a little bit. Move the ball around. Run your offense.
Dante Vines with it here. Draws a little contact, double clutch, no good, and it's last touch by Danbury. Back to Ridgefield we go with 5:31 remaining in a game where buckets are a delicacy.
And both sides getting some good looks. Just some silly mistakes early on we're going to see from both sides.
Kicked outside, three-pointer on the way, no good, and the rebound to Snow. That one missed by Price. Torres with it in the lane. Left-handed scoop, got it to go.
What a pretty play there. Chris Torres. Little spin move. Kisses it off the glass on the left hand.
Tied at 10. Torres has 7 for the Hatters.
McNamara working hard down low.
That's the rock, but a push called here. It'll go on Scalzo, his first foul of the night. Up top, it's Majority. Inside for McNamara, who's guarded by Burton.
Ooh, yep. Easy call. Sloppy, plain and simple.
And Coach McClellan's going to take a timeout and try to clean it up with 4:41 remaining. We are tied at 10. Number 3, Ridgefield. Number 7, Danbury, on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
We are back at Fairfield Ward. Frank Renito, Kevin Coleman standing across the way in between the benches. The HAN Network's Chris Kutzow. Chris, what's going on?
Really, the message in the Ridgefield timeout was we got to take care of the basketball. That was 3 times in a row in which they got the offensive possession and they turned the ball over for traveling. So definitely got to clean it up. Both teams, not just Ridgefield. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And it's tough to tell if we're just still seeing early game nerves, a combination of these teams almost sleepwalking through this first half as we're almost halfway through the second quarter. But of all the things we talked about today, I don't think both teams sitting at 10 points at this moment was one of our thoughts.
Well, I'm sure both coaches didn't think this game would be 10-10 with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Both sides just need to clean things up. Someone's got to get going here.
Vines outside, along with Javon Hernandez, Chris Torres, Jordan Brown into the game for the first time tonight, and Denali Burton. Here is Brown over to Torres. That one inside, a little inverse layup, and he gets it to go. Torres, the lone saving grace in this game right now.
If I'm Coach Bach, keep him in the game. Yes, he comes off the bench, but he's been making a huge difference for the Danbury Hatters so far, and he really did. He was the player of the game back in that regular season game against Ridgefield. So he must love playing against Ridgefield.
And we saw right there a battle for a loose ball down low. Majority just had it taken away by Denali Burton. Another turnover by Ridgefield, but credit the defensive pressure that time from the Hatters. Hernandez up top now. Hatters leading 12-10. As Vines tries to go inside, but one too many steps as he's called for the travel.
You see Zach Essen, player check back in for Price. Ridgefield's got to get their offense going here. This man-to-man Danbury Hatter defense is playing great right now. Getting some good stops. Putting a lot of pressure on Essen player and the rest of the Tigers crew.
Almost another travel there as Essen player picked up his dribble, but a good job by Newborn to get down to the rack. And a foul is going to be called on Torres. It'll be his first of the night. As Joe Newborn heads to the line for the second time. He's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe.
Listen, if I'm Joe Newborn and I want to make a difference in this game, keep doing that. Keep driving the lane. Get the ball on the perimeter, pump fake, drive the lane, draw the foul, and get to the line.
Good job by Newborn hitting the first. Now a 1-point game. Next on the second, and we are tied up at 12. Newborn with 3 points to this point. Hernandez working on Newborn, hesitates in the lane. Pulled up from the free throw line, no good. Another rebound for McNamara.
Good look for Javon there. He was hitting those all game long Saturday.
Inside and a strong finish. What a look from Essen player, though. Ripping one inside to Brendan McNamara.
Essen player again showing off his vision.
How about Chris Torres in the touch? To answer right back.
This is the offensive pace we expected to see, back and forth. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. Teams are starting to find their way. Chris Torres again, big game so far.
As Denali Burton can't believe that one as he's called for the foul. McNamara will head to the line for the first time.
McNamara led the way scoring on Saturday for the Tigers. Slow start for him early on. You know, if he wants to get going, get to the line.
Off on the first. And then short on the second is another rebound by Denali Burton. Got to make your free throws, Chris. So here's Jordan Brown, but he's called for a travel as we continue to trade turnovers at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, rare that you see Brendan McNamara go 0 for 2 from the line like that.
Very uncharacteristic. Chris, you got to see Brendan McNamara on Saturday in that game against Ward, and you know just how pivotal he is to this Tigers offense.
He's a big difference maker for this team, Frank. He certainly is another guy for Danbury to worry about when they're on the floor, and he just provides stability and leadership when he's out on the floor. So, big addition for this Tigers team down the stretch here, coming in the second half of the season, and you can certainly tell he's playing a role again here tonight.
Thank you, Chris. And an equally important role on the defensive front is Denali Burton as he comes up with another block, and now a third offensive foul against the Ridgefield Tigers. This time it will be majority.
16 fouls now for the Ridgefield Tigers.
As Jordan Aline checks back into the game, along with Chris Longo.
McNamara showing his frustration on the sideline. He knows he's not having a good start early on this game.
Longo, another one of those Tigers names who is yet to come up with a point as Ladowdy the block there, and out of nowhere, Torres comes away with the rebound and can reset. Quickly going to go right back to the rack, but his pass deflected. Now he's outside. He's inside and a scoop finish. Come on, young man.
Chris Torres. I don't know what it is, but he loves playing the Tigers.
11 points in the second quarter for the 5'11 junior, and it's now a 16-14 Danbury lead.
Good defense from Denali Burton.
Jarity down low to the baseline. Guarded by Aline, now in trouble. And Essen Player is wide open for three. No good. Torres has a rebound. And he even draws a foul.
It's going to be on Chris Longo, I believe. And again, there's Chris Torres right there grabbing the extra hustle points, getting that rebound. Longo's got to check out now.
Second foul on Longo. Torres to the line as the Hatters into the bonus.
This is a different Tiger team than what we saw in the first half on Saturday. They were playing really well and actually got Ward into early foul trouble, got them into the bonus going into halftime.
Torres good on the first.
This interior defense for Danbury is really shutting down what Ridgefield's wanting to do. Coach McClellan's going to have to come up with a different game plan here in the locker room coming up.
2 for 2 is Torres. 15 points in the game, 13 of them in the second quarter. It's a 4-point Hatter lead. Ladowdy over to McNamara on the left wing. Tried to beat a lane off the dribble, up and under, inside, through contact, and the foul.
Clutch. Big basket there for McNamara. That could get him going, a basket like that.
Foul went against Denali Burton. It's his second. The 16th foul against the Hatters. So should there be another one in the final 36 seconds, it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Tigers. This would trim the lead to 1 if McNamara can connect, and he gets it this time around after missing the first two. Substitution made here as Cameron Snow checks in to spell Deontay Vines. Fox picked up 2 fouls early in the first. We did not see much of him here in the second quarter. Titus James didn't play too much after the first minute or so. It's really been the Chris Torres show here for Danbury, as they're going to play for 1 shot with under 20 seconds to play.
Yeah, they're going to work for 1 shot here. Question is, who's going to take this? Is Javon going to take it himself?
Under 10 to go. Snow with it. Hands off, and now it's with Torres. Torres with 4. All the way to the rack, and McNamara blocked it. Got his own rebound. Gets it to go at the buzzer. 15 points in the second quarter for Chris Torres. What a performance. Let's go down courtside. Chris Kuto is with Casey Bach, the head coach of the Hatters. Chris.
Coach, good half defensively, but a little sloppy on the offensive end. How do you clean it up in the second half?
We got to be a little more patient with our shot selection, and we can't turn over the basketball. I thought we had way too many turnovers, too many travels. So we got to settle down offensively, move the ball, and make sure we get a good shot.
Chris Torres, 17 points at half, including that one. How do you keep him going in the second half?
He's came in and gave us great energy, great kid, and hopefully he can do the same for us second half.
All right, good luck second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Coach. You heard it there. Just got to clean up the sloppy play, a couple less travels. Kev, we're going to step aside. We've got to go back to our Shelton studios. Kate Japlensky with an HAN Network in-game news update.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky with your in-game news update on the HAN Network, bringing you the latest headlines on Tuesday, February 28th. Michael North, the 43-year-old New Canaan man who died last Thursday while snowboarding at North Star California Resort, likely died after falling into a tree well. According to the Sierra Sun newspaper, conditions that day were dangerous as the resort had received 11 inches of snow the previous night, making for a 7-day snowfall total of 94 inches. David Jasper, who was skiing at the resort that day and found North unconscious in a tree well, told the Sun that it had been years since California has had deep snow like this season, and last Thursday's incident serves as a poignant reminder to not ski or board alone. That deep natural snow means deep wells around every tree, and falling head down into a tree well can quickly result in a tragic outcome. It has not been confirmed that North was in fact snowboarding by himself. You can get more on that story at ncadvertiser.com. And in other news, a stop for speeding Monday morning led to an arrest for possession of a large amount of marijuana edibles, including THC cookies and lollipops. The stop happened on I-84 eastbound in Danbury prior to exit 5 around 10:15 in the morning when state police observed a vehicle speeding. After stopping the car, police say they found out the driver had a suspended Pennsylvania driver's license. Troopers also suspected that there were narcotics in the car. With the help of Canine Favor, they searched the vehicle and located and seized 406 grams of THC lollipops, 22 grams of THC rock candy, 300 grams of THC cookies, 94 grams of THC wax, and 13 grams of marijuana. The vehicle passenger, 26-year-old Danielle Keith of Maine, claimed ownership of the narcotics and was taken into custody. The vehicle operator was charged with several motor vehicle violations. And Wilton police are looking into a possible connection between a bank robbery February 24th at the Fairfield County Bank on Danbury Road and an attempted robbery a few days earlier at the People's Bank in Fairfield. The attempt in Fairfield involved a man with a similar tight mask and similar vehicle, according to Wilton Lieutenant Robert Cipolla. Wilton police say they have notified the FBI and they released photos of the suspect who robbed that bank in Georgetown. According to police, a white man entered the Danbury Road Bank just before 3 in the afternoon and demanded cash. There was no weapon visible or threatened, and the suspect left the bank with an undisclosed amount of money. Police are asking for the public's assistance in attempting to identify the pictured suspect, who's between 5 feet 8 inches and 5 feet 10 inches tall. They say he was driving a green 1997 Honda Accord. You can get more on that story at wiltonbulletin.com. And rotted by salt used as a winter ice melter, 4 period lampposts on Main Street in Ridgefield have been taken down, and 7 or 8 others, possibly more, will likely have to be replaced. Ridgefield First Selectman Rudy Marconi said a dozen are coming down, and he isn't sure yet where the money will come from to replace the posts, as each costs $5,000. There are about 55 lampposts around the village area, Marconi said, and he thought most of them dated to the early 1990s, which would make them close to 25 25 years old. The 4 that have already come down are in the Main Street block between Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop and Newman Real Estate. But that does it for this in-game news update on the HAN Network. Get the latest news, sports, and more on Coffee Break weekdays at 11. This update was brought to you by Scap Auto.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Wild Birds Unlimited, your one-stop shop for all your backyard bird hobby needs. Premium bird seed, freshly delivered each week. A great selection of bird feeders, houses, a patented pole system, bird baths, and a vast array of wonderful gifts of whimsy and nature. Visit us at 356 Heights Road in Darien, next to the post office, and across from Norotan Heights Railroad Station.
Looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for InSports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit InSportsCenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back at Fairfield Ward on the HAN Network, Frank Renito, Kevin Coleman, and Chris Cuzzo. It is a 20-17 Danbury Hatters halftime lead. And as Eric Gendron said when he came over to the table, Chris Torres right now is tied with the Danbury Hatters. He was the story of that first half.
He really was. You can't ask for a better first half. And really without him, who knows what the score would be right now. It's funny. He got up for that Ridgefield game at Danbury. He was the player of the game. And right now, to me, Frank, He's a player in this game, and funny enough, it's against Ridgefield.
Let's go across the way. Chris, what were your thoughts on that first half?
Well, Frankie, definitely was a defensive half. Both teams, I think. But the message for both teams obviously has to be that they have to clean up the offensive end and limit the turnovers, because it was overall a sloppy half for both teams. But I'm sure we'll see the message being relayed from both coaches, and we're going to see a cleaner second half. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. So Hernandez takes the inbound pass. We're underway in the second half. We can see the Wilton Warriors are heading down out of the stands. They'll make their way to their locker room. As inside Hernandez to start things off with the bucket.
Nice bucket there by Javon to start the second half. Pretty little bucket off the glass.
There's Joe Newborn with it. Zach Essenplayer looking for help as Longo comes off a screen. Got his man up in the air. Tried to bank one home, but he drew a foul. And it's going to be on Denali Burton as he quickly picks up his third. And now an interesting choice here for Coach Bach as to what to do.
It looks like Jordan Aileen will be checking in for him. Chris Longo is a player that Tigers will love to get going here in the second half.
As Longo hits the first, that's his first point of the night. Someone said 3 shots originally. That was not the case.
He was certainly close to that three-point line, but he was inside. Nice adjustment there by the scores table and the referees.
Longo 2 for 2. It's back to a 3-point lead. Here's Jordan Aline trying to get open as Marcus Fox picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Didn't see much of him in the second. Chris Torres leads all scorers. He has 17 right now. 15 of those in the second quarter as Aline inside through contact. Saw that one go down and out. I'll say last touch by the Hatters. It will stay, or excuse me, go back to the Ridgefield Tigers.
Chris Torres, watch his feet on defense, so good. Good switch there on Newborn.
As McNamara trying to drive to the rack, up and under, move off the glass. Strong finish there. McNamara's got 9 points now, and it's a 1-point game.
McNamara's got to get going. Good play there. Strong finish down low.
Torres for Messiah Crandall. Here's Marcus Fox expanding his range, and the shot no good. Tipped outside, but Torres called over the back. And it is turned over to the Tigers.
And that's the second foul. Tigers would like to see him go to the bench. Nice outlet pass.
Down low, Ladowdy through contact, and they're going to say that Crandall got the arm. So it's Nick Ladowdy now heading to the line. As quickly, Danbury's picked up 3 fouls to start the second half.
And that's what Ridgefield did against Ward. They really attacked the perimeter inside, drew some early fouls. Like I mentioned in the first half, they got Ward into the bonus, in that first half. 10 team fouls. Ridgefield using that same approach early on here in that second half.
As the lefty hits his second attempt. So a 5-0 run. We are tied up at 22. Fox up top, barking out signals, and they'll reset with Crandall on the right wing. Tried to get past Longo. Now Marcus Fox with a little hesitation inside. And the putback! Oh!
Where did he come from? Jordan Aileen. Woo! Slamming it down, sending it home.
Cameron Snow checking his hair on the bench. What just happened? Newborn on the left wing. As the Danbury fans come back to life a little bit. Ladowdy inside, blocked by Fox. But a foul called, now he's got 3.
Now Marcus Fox has 3. Denali Burton has 3. Danbury certainly has to be careful. Question is, what's Coach Bach going to do here? And he's going to look to go to Titus James.
Ladowdy off on the first.
Both teams really struggling from the line tonight, especially the Tigers. Nick Ladowdy got to sink these.
Can't get the second. Bach wanted an over-the-back call there, and it's last touched by the Tigers, and we'll go back to Danbury as McNamara poked that rebound away from Titus James. Inside is James. Push called here.
It's going to be on Titus.
It's going to be on Ladowdy.
Yeah, that's his 3rd. That's a big foul in favor for Danbury, getting Ladowdy off the floor.
Up top, Aline working to his right, spins back left, laying inside, and the foul.
How about Jordan Aileen? The big slam and now the and 1.
And how about that last move? Put it on the floor to the right, spin back left, finger roll finish. And an opportunity now to answer with a 5-0 run themselves as Aline looks for the old-fashioned 3-point play. No good, and the rebound to SM Player. Longo with the Euro step, and Aline blocked him. Inside McNamara, and he's called.
That's big. Tigers respond with their own and 1 there. Brendan McNamara looks to make this a 1-point game.
Second on Scalzo. McNamara quickly with 5 points in the 3rd quarter. Chris, a little bit of offensive life here to start the 3rd.
Yeah, for Danbury, they definitely have to be disciplined. Ridgefield does a good job of getting to the basket. And, well, I was interrupted with that.
Good job, Chris. Nice save.
They do keep in concentration on that one. They do a good job of getting to the basket, and that equals with Danbury's discipline. Danbury has to be more controlled with their fouls because we saw Darien get into the penalty, or double bonus, I should say, at the end of the second half in the 4th quarter last game. So Ridgefield can certainly continue to get to the rack, and they can draw fouls. This might be a different ballgame. Back to you.
Up top, it's Newborn. There's McNamara now. Longo wants it on the left wing. Tied up here, a jump ball. It'll stay with Ridgefield with 4:24 remaining.
Nice job by J. Hernandez. How about Kutso with the kick save and a beauty on the sideline. Got to keep your head on a swivel.
It's going to need to shine after this. Here's Newborn up top. 4:23 remaining. You're watching the FCIAC basketball semifinals on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network, as it's turned away to Messiah Crandall, looking for help, and Cameron Snow emerges. Aline to the baseline, up through contact again. And again, an opportunity for the 3-point play.
Jordan Aline having a nice 3rd quarter here to start the 2nd half.
Second foul on SM Player.
Aline missed his first and 1 opportunity. See if he can sink this one.
Unfriendly roll that time as it bounces out. 3-point game, 4 minutes to play in the 3rd. The Hatters up 28-25. Game number 2 between number 1 Trumbull and number 1 Wilton. Ready to follow this one only on the HAN Network.
I got to give credit to both these defenses. Playing so strong. That's going to be on Longo.
Third foul on Longo, as there are a couple of players now on both sides with 3. Correction, that is the 4th foul on Chris Longo. We'll step aside with 3:47. Be back with more high school hoops right after this on the HAN Network.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Granito sitting alongside Kevin Coleman. Spots of life offensively in this third quarter, but still some sloppy play from both sides. As Danbury leads 28-25.
We're going to see Tyus James didn't check in.
So I'll have to wait for the next stoppage. Javon Hernandez running the point. Jordan Aline down low, up through contact twice. A jump ball ruled. That's going to stay with Danbury. And Aline now has been the story of this third quarter. Since that huge tip back slam, he's up to 6 points. And has been doing very, very well here.
Yeah, great start. And that's what I was saying. You got to give credit to both these defenses. How many we haven't seen any much three-pointers tonight. It's all been on the inside part of the court. Good save again by Aline.
1 3-pointer to this point as Torres puts one up over the extended McNamara. He's up to 19 now. First points of the second half.
Chris Torres again. What a game he's having. Oh.
Dowdy inside. Through contact, the putback goes. Might have got away with a walk, but the Tigers desperately needed that one.
They desperately needed that. Coach Bach screaming at the referees, looking for a travel there, a walk.
Aline working on McNamara as Titus James trying to get open. Sets a pick, and Aline in the mid-range. Too strong. It's off the side of the backboard.
Nice job by Joe Newborn here.
He Euro steps to the rack and gets the lay-in to go.
Coast to coast, Newborn. Smart timeout here by Coach Bach.
A lead back down to 1, 30-29 with 2:39 remaining. We'll be right back on the HAN Network.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for InSports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit InSportsCenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Back from Fairfield Ward, semifinal number 1 in the 2017 FCIAC quarter semifinals for boys basketball.
Yeah, it's all mush by this point, Frank.
Man.
We've been
17 broadcasts last week, including 16 postseason games on the HAN Network. 2 for you tonight, 2 more tomorrow, and then championships on Thursday and Saturday. I'll tell you who's enjoying all this postseason action. He's standing across the way. It's Chris Kutzo for the HAN Network. Chris, what'd you hear in that break?
In that timeout, Frank, it was just a message of we got to be better on transition defense for Danbury. Ridgefield's not going to let up, not one bit, especially in a rivalry game like this and in an FCIAC semifinal game. They just really are going to implement a smaller lineup. They're going to try and go with their guards, and they're trying to get open shots and roll off on-ball screens. So that's the message in the Danbury huddle. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And let's throw some props Ridgefield's way. Putting teams in the semifinals in 3 of the Big 4 sports here with boys hockey, boys and girls basketball, just missing out on girls hockey. One of the only teams able to do that this year. So a very successful winter season for the Tigers. The Danbury Hatters, of course, need no recollection. They won the first 4 FCIAC championships we saw to start the winter season with boys and girls indoor track, following it up with wrestling and cheerleading. Now I've got their eyes set on a basketball championship.
Yeah, listen, both programs, both schools representing in sports. And you look back, what that cheerleading championships, what a big win for Danbury.
That's a big block there from Ladowdy on the Snow 3-point attempt. McNamara running the floor. Open look for 3 on the way. Good.
What a big 3 there by Price. Comes off the bench cold. The lefty in the corner smooth.
Alexander Price, the junior, give the Tigers a 2-point lead. And the Tigers den quickly comes back alive now with 1:30 remaining in the third quarter. Hernandez on the step back. No good. Aline botched the rebound at first, and now Javon Hernandez has it himself, but he is called. No. They're going to get Ladowdy, and that's going to be his 4th.
Got to give credit to Javon Hernandez. Gets a good shot in, bounces out, gets that second chance opportunity, and gets fouled in the process, and sends Ladowdy to the bench. Nice job by Javon there.
And he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Good work by Jordan Aline, too, and Titus Fox keeping that ball, at least a 50-50 ball, alive until Hernandez could come away with it. As free throws continue to plague both these teams.
Finally seeing Marcus Fox come back into this game.
And a huge opportunity for him here with no Ladowdy on the floor. Hernandez hits 1 of 2. It's 32-31 in favor of Ridgefield. As it's Price, McGarity, Essenplair, Newborn, and McNamara, the 5 on the floor for Coach McClellan. Inside to Essenplair. He's working on Devontae Vines. Tied up, and he's got to kick it outside to McNamara just inside the 3-point line. He goes to the floor, up off the glass, no good. And a push called here on Devontae Vines. It'll stay with the Tigers.
Coach Bach not happy with that call. Tigers fortunate to hang on to that ball. I thought Essenplair was going to try and go up on that. He has a size advantage on Javon Hernandez. Let's see what the Tigers draw up here out of the inbounds.
As it's McNamara handing off to Newborn. Down low, isolating. Pulls up in the mid-range. Nothing but net from the senior.
Woo! Smooth. Pump fakes, waits, patient. Good defense by Fox. Listen, he got his hand up in his face. That's good defense. You can't ask for anything better than that. It's just McNamara made the shot.
Inside, Fox was blocked, and then he got the putback to go.
Nice job by Fox. Sticking with it, getting that second chance there. Getting the bucket. To only trail by 1 now.
First basket of the night for the senior captain for Danbury. 13 seconds on the clock. As Coach McClellan calls for the clear out, it's going to be McNamara and Marcus Fox playing a little one-on-one to finish the quarter. Down to 3, puts up a 3, Fox blocked it. Trying to get a shot off, but a travel was called before. They hit the half-court shot, but it won't count.
Now the Tigers benefit from this because this is going to be underneath the basket, Frank. It's, if they had, we've seen how Ladowdy uses his size. They could really just lob it up to him. Let's see what they draw up here.
Ladowdy going to stay on the bench, though, with those 4 fouls. As Newborn put it up, it'll count if it goes, but it's short at the buzzer. The Tigers flipped the script there in that third quarter. They now hold a 1-point lead. It's 34-33. We'll head to the fourth right after this on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murray.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Renino and Kevin Coleman, we thank you for tuning in. Whether you're watching online or via the HAN Network app, we're happy to have you along. Of course, Kevin, we want our viewers to go check us out on Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. We got a nice little poll going on Twitter right now.
Bad turnover there by McNamara to start this fourth quarter. And Frank, we also have a poll going on Twitter right now. Who the best mascot emoji is on our Twitter. So you can go, if you have Twitter, go on, follow us at HAN Network CT. You can vote between our 4 teams tonight, Ridgefield, Danbury, Trumbull, Wilton. I believe Trumbull is winning right now. It's a close neck-and-neck race between them and Ridgefield.
I stand by the hat, but that's only because I'm bald. Let's go across the way to Chris Kutzo. He was inside the huddles during the intermission. Chris, what the coaches have to say?
Well, Coach Casey Bach really preached we got to get stops on the defensive end. We can't let these guys get buckets because they're going to continue to keep their foot on the pedal. So just keep your focus and just hit shots. That was the message for Casey Bach. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. There's a three-pointer on the way from Fox. No good. McGarity the rebound. Being chased down by Masai Crandall, but was able to get it away. Another three-pointer from Price. He had the Tigers' only three-pointer in the game. The other one came from Chris Torres.
The best three-point look we've seen all night.
There's Fox inside. The scoop layup, no good. Grabbed the rebound himself and finished.
How about Fox on these second chance opportunities? He's not giving up on the shot. He misses. He sticks with it. Gets another bucket to go.
McNamara on the right wing. Down low for Essen player. He's working against the smaller Hernandez. Almost traveled as it finds Newborn outside. No good. And a rebound to Crandall. But Crandall is going to be called for the travel.
And Chris, did you get a good look at that? Because looked like he only used 1 foot there.
It looked like that he had a little contact on that. It was a 50-50 ball. It was very close, but I really can't say. I'm not the one wearing the stripes.
As McNamara out for Newborn. Some player resets up top and gets the switch against Snow now. Price with it, just avoided the backcourt violation as the Tigers pinned into a corner right now, almost out of whack. McNamara will wisely reset. Working on Fox, up top for Newborn. As he goes to the lane against Crandall, up and down, one too many times though, as another travel called.
Both teams just need to do a better job setting your feet.
.6:11 remaining, and checking back in with 4 fouls. It's the big man in the middle, Nick Ladowdy.
This is interesting. Both Longo and Ladowdy checking in, both sitting on 4 fouls. Denali Burton comes in. This is that chess match I was telling you about, Frank, how both coaches are going to feel each other out, but when you have Burton on the floor and not Ladowdy and Longo, you're going to have to put them back in.
And the way to protect them right now, we're seeing a 2-3 zone here from Coach McClellan. It's open for 3, Hernandez. It's inside to Burton. Fox wants it down low, but Hernandez stepped out of bounds to his disbelief, and it's turned back over. Neither offense with any interest of taking control right now.
You don't say. I mean, I knew this was going to be a close game, but I didn't expect this to be that sloppy. I think both coaches have to look back at the tape here, and both teams just need to be a little bit more disciplined with the ball. You know, this is a much different game if one team is sloppy and the other isn't, but both teams are just not taking care of the ball.
Dowdy up top as Longo working off a screen. Bobbled it momentarily, goes to the rack, and Marcus Fox rejects that one.
I think Marcus Fox is playing great in this fourth quarter, getting big buckets and playing great defense, especially on Brendan McNamara. But now you're going to see the switch. You're going to see Marcus Fox guarding Ladowdy, and this is where Ridgefield really needs to take advantage of the height here. Get the ball to Ladowdy if you can.
They're trying to get it inside as Longo against Vines. Had it stripped away. He's got to be very careful. And that's going to do it for Chris Longo.
And that was just a silly foul. No need for that if you're Chris Longo.
And into the bonus now. Are the Danbury Hatters. So Longo will exit the game with 2 points. And no better way to describe it, a silly foul. He had it stripped away. Clearly frustrated the foul wasn't called against him, and just unfortunate that's the way the night will end for the senior.
And it's an uncharacteristic night. I mean, after having such a great quarterfinal where he scored 16 points, had some big steals, big rebounds, this is how it ends for Longo tonight. Unfortunate. This guy right here, Brendan McNamara, has to take charge. Only down 1. Tigers are very fortunate.
That's SM Player. Had that one bobble off his hands into the backcourt and a violation called.
And Coach McClellan just sitting down now because he can't take it anymore. I mean, these turnovers are just killing the Tigers.
Double-digit turnovers for both teams tonight. As it is 35-34 with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Winner advancing to Thursday night's FCIAC championship as Snow looking for Fox. Wanted him to zig, but he zagged. Another turnover back the other way.
You're going to see the freshman. This is a big moment here for McGarity. Bringing the ball up. Semifinal, FCIAC semifinal.
As McGarity had it poked away from behind by Hernandez, but it will stay with the Tigers and right on cue as you mentioned it.
Good maturity, good smart play there by Javon Hernandez.
Chris, both teams into the bonus now. They'll be shooting 1-1, so obviously free throws will play a huge role, and neither team has been great from the line tonight either.
Yeah, no, both teams have kind of really struggled from the line and have really struggled with turnovers. This is an abnormal amount of turnovers, and it's just going to be Nick Ladowdy. He's got to be careful for this Tigers team. Sitting on 4 fouls, Chris Longo already fouled out. He's going to prove to be pivotal here down the stretch. Back to you.
And I'm surprised Danbury has not tried to get it inside to Marcus Fox yet.
Marcus Fox.
Especially since Ladowdy has checked back in with the 4 fouls.
Right. But how about the defense down low against Ladowdy? He's doing a great job, like I said, in this fourth quarter. But you're right, him with the ball right now. If I'm him, take Ladowdy inside, penetrate the paint. He's asking for the ball.
He wants it at the free throw line right now as it comes over to Vines on the wing. A very patient possession from the Hatters, and we were in desperate need of one with turnovers on 4 of the last 5 possessions. They go down low to Janali Burton. He goes up strong, gets the bucket to go. Not much Ledowdy could do on that one.
Nice finish by Burton. Tigers don't need to rush anything here. Plenty of time, only down 3. Just take care of the ball.
Ledowdy inside, too strong off the glass, and he was fouled by Devontae Vines. He'll head to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Looks like Ledowdy's going to have a few words with the referee here. Get some thoughts on that last foul.
.333 remaining. It's a 3-point game. The Hatters on top at the moment. Trumbull and Wilton to follow. The winners playing in Thursday night's FCIAC championship. The losers start preparation for the state tournament.
Big bucket there. Even though they're down 2, that's a big bucket for Ledowdy.
So after making the front end, second of 2 opportunities. Good on both. A 1-point game again.
Very clutch free throws there by Ledowdy. Only down 1 now. Neck and neck we go. Good defense by Newborn.
Down low, and Coach Bach going to take a timeout with 3:18 remaining. We'll step aside as well. A 1-point Hatters lead. We'll be right back on the HAN Network.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars.
Wow.
Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Welcome back to Fairfield Ward High School with 3:18 remaining. Danbury holding on to a 37-36 lead. McNamara leads the Tigers with 14 points on the night. Chris Torres, who had 15 in the second quarter, has 19 to lead all Hatters in the game. Marcus Fox with 4 points in the second half. Trails only Jordan Aline for the Hatters with 6. Inside Hernandez, kicked out. Chris Torres for 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped around, and Fox has it. And McNamara called for the foul. His first of the night, though. But it will send Fox to the line. Correction, that is his 3rd of the night. It will send Fox to the line, though, for a 1-on-1 opportunity.
This is a big moment here for Marcus Fox. Named to All FCIAC second team. Let's see if he can come up big down the stretch.
Gets the first one to go. Picked up 2 fouls quick in the first quarter. Didn't see much of him in the second, but he has made a huge impact here for the Hatters in this second half.
Especially on the glass. Clutch.
Good on both. Essen player inside, had it blocked by Fox. McNamara for Newborn, spots up the 3, well off the mark. And McGarrity's got the rebound, the freshman to Newborn again. As they swing it all the way around, trying to dump it inside, but they'll come back as McNamara resets.
Nice job by the Tigers there. Move the ball around. Get a good possession here. Here's the mismatch.
Goes up off the glass, nice touch as McNamara finishes over Vines, his first 2 points of the quarter.
He'll finish that all day. Tigers need a big stop here if they want to mount this comeback. Only down 1 though.
So Hernandez crossed Newborn over a couple of times. Had to look at a mid-range jumper, instead hands it off. Fox goes down low to scoop that pass up. Spins towards the glass and gets the finish to go. Strong take from the senior.
Good take there by Marcus Fox.
Under 2 minutes to play, a 3-point game. Hernandez guarding Essenplayer. Trying to get open, here's Ladowdy, and they get it to him. Working on Fox. Goes to the left hand, and a good finish there at the other end.
That's a big bucket there by Ladowdy. Joe Newborn picking up Javon at half court here.
In the corner, it's Vines. Back up top, and now Javon Hernandez has it. Here comes the double team, and a timeout taken by Coach Bach, and just in the nick of time with 1:09 remaining. 41-40, Danbury on top. We'll step aside and be back with more high school hoops on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back on the HAN Network at Fairfield Ward High School. It is the FCIAC boys basketball semifinals. 1:09 remaining. It is 41-40. Danbury just took a timeout. Let's hear what the coaches had to say with our own Chris Kutzo.
Well, Frank, I have to say that was definitely a smart timeout by Coach Casey Bach there, avoiding a backcourt violation on Javon Hernandez. Really, just for Danbury, it's going to be setting up their shooters and just getting open looks, because they are very, very guard predicated at this point. We're not seeing a whole lot from their bigs tonight, but they're definitely getting a lot of good looks for their guards. For Ridgefield, it's just going to be play smart. That was the message from Coach Andrew McClellan in the last time out. They have to be really careful, and he said to center Nick Ladowdy, you have to be careful. Sitting on 4 fouls, he's going to be really important as we see down the stretch. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. So second foul on McNamara. Burton goes to the line with the 1-and-1 opportunity. Hits the first.
That's a big bucket. I like that foul by McNamara right out of the inbound. Gives the Tigers a chance at the ball back with plenty of time.
And he gets the second as well. So the lead 3 again with 1:07 remaining.
If you think about it, the way this game's going, it's almost like a 2-point game. No team is giving that 3-point play.
As here's Vines up ahead.
McNamara
said it.
Oh! My goodness. Oh! McNamara.
It'll stay with the Hatters. Here's Torres with it, and Essenplayer called for a foul. Coach McClellan probably not happy with that one. It is the 4th foul on Essenplayer.
You don't want to send this guy to the line. Chris Torres, been so good all game long. It's a big bucket.
Gets the shooter's roll. He's got 20 points on the night. A lead up to 4.
Even if he makes this, Tigers don't need to rush. Still plenty of time.
And he does, no doubt about it.
And how about Chris Torres again? What a game he's having.
50 seconds left to play. McGarity with it. Risky pass just gets through to Ladowdy. He's going to put it on the floor, go to the rack inside. He draws the foul. We'll see if it's on Burton or Fox. They both are sitting on 3. And there have never been 2 bigger free throws in the career of Nick Ladowdy. That's 41 seconds remaining. off on the first. The lead sits at 5.
Ledowdy thought it was 1-1. He's shooting 2.
Gets the second, a 4-point lead. As the steal here, Esempler inside for Ledowdy through contact. No, they're going to say it was
He was on the floor.
And it's going to be the 5th foul on Burton.
Boy, what a big steal there by Esempler.
So a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Ledowdy. After this, Ridgefield into the double bonus as well as Danbury. The lead 4, but what a steal by the senior guard, Zach Esempler. And an opportunity now to cut it to 2 with 36 seconds remaining. If Ledowdy can make both these free throws, got to make the first.
Big spot here for Ledowdy here.
He gets it. 45-42 now. And a 2-point game again.
Boy, he would love to have that one miss back. 2 big free throws there.
As Coach Bach gets a timeout in, just in the nick of time. 36 seconds remaining. We'll spend our final timeout and be right back on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
Wild Birds Unlimited, your one-stop shop for all your backyard bird hobby needs. Premium bird seed, freshly delivered each week. A great selection of bird feeders, houses, a patented pole system, bird baths, and a vast array of wonderful gifts of whimsy and nature. Visit us at 356 Heights Road in Darien, next to the post office and across from Norotan Heights Railroad Station.
And welcome back to Fairfield Ward. The battle for Route 7 in the postseason heating up now with 36 seconds left. It is a 2-point Hatters lead, 45-43. A spot in the FCIAC championship on the line.
Boy, the Tigers would love to get another steal here out of the inbound. If you're Titus James taking this one out, be very careful.
And you saw him confirming whether or not he was allowed to run the baseline.
That was smart.
The Tigers matching up defensively. Ledowdy's had 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Marcus Fox with 6. It's been a great battle to watch the big men down low. As Fox on it, splits the double team. Now it's Cameron Snow with it, and finally a foul called. And it'll be on McGarity.
They were actually really trying to foul Titus James there. Titus James doing a nice job of quickly getting the ball out of his hands.
Second on McGarity. Cameron Snow is shooting the double bonus. 2 shots to follow. Ridgefield, as the Wilton Warriors watching from one of the corners now. Getting ready to warm up before their semifinal matchup against the top-seeded Trumbull Eagles. Three-point game. You don't need a three-point shot yet, whether this is a miss or a make, but it's got to be an efficient and quick possession. As Snow sees it rattle out, Ledowdy the rebound.
Tigers got to move it here.
McNamara on it. Down to 20 seconds as he hands off for Esempler. Up top now, and it's St. Pierre with it. Circles back outside. Esempler looking for help with 10 seconds on the clock. McNamara with it. Trying to get to the rack, up through contact, and he gets the bucket to go with 5 seconds left. Ridgefield wanted a foul. They didn't get one, but it's a 1-point game now, 46-45. And you get the bucket. You've given yourself a chance here. Ridgefield does have 1 timeout left. That was a very long possession, though.
That's why I said Tigers got to move it up floor. I thought McNamara took way too long there. But again, big bucket, 5.1 seconds though. It's enough time, but if you're gonna get the inbound, try and get the steal and a bucket, it's a stretch, but you also should really just try and foul right away.
And that's really it. It's you can try to steal on the inbound, and then it's got to be an immediate foul. You want to give yourself at least 4 seconds here to have an opportunity to, with the timeout, maybe draw up a play or at least be able to run the floor. You can potentially inbound quickly and try to use your timeout in the midcourt. But let's hear what Chris Kutzo heard from Coach McClellan in that huddle.
Just really, really ecstatic that they got that bucket, but they're going to come out here and they're going to press on this inbounds pass. That is the plan. Try and keep them in the half court. Obviously, they're going to have to foul right away. They can avoid that half court, but it's realistically just going to be trying to pressure them into this 5-second violation on the inbound pass. Back to you.
Danbury has 1 timeout remaining as well. As Titus James looking for help, trying to find someone to get it to, and he goes to Fox, and they will foul him quickly.
McNamara thought he was on the line. That's why he's disappointed.
It is the 5th and final foul on Ladowdy, as he is pleading his case. And it'll be Marcus Fox.
Marcus Fox got to hit these. Ridgefield still has time.
Some confusion on the floor here as to how many Hatters are going to finish this game.
And you know what, Frank, you couldn't ask for a better game here, and I know we're getting a great second game, but boy, big bucket there. This is high school basketball at its finest, high drama at its finest.
Fox to make it a 3-point game, and he gets them both. And a timeout taken immediately by the Tigers with 3.6 seconds left. They'll need a 3-pointer this time.
Yeah.
They have hit 1 all night.
And I think you got to put the ball in the hands of Brendan McNamara. He's the guy.
It's got to be McNamara or Essen player right now. It'd be interesting to see if the Hatters choose to double team one of them, but I agree. They've been your best 2 players in this game outside of Ladowdy, but not an option here. Neither is Chris Longo. What kind of a play are you drawing up here if you're Coach McClellan?
Well, I was about to say, you may see Alex Price check in. You know he hit that big 3-pointer in the first half, late in that second quarter to get the Tigers the lead. So you may see him come in. You may draw up a play where McNamara could be the dummy, where you double team McNamara, fake him the inbound, and pass to someone else. We've seen that happen many times where you draw out where maybe the star player's looking to get the inbound, but who knows what's going to happen here. Coach McClellan, they have a long way to go here. 3.6. You see Essen player McNamara here right at half court. Let's see what they draw up.
St. Pierre flashes left. Essen player over to the right now. Pulls up. 3-pointer on the way. It's good!
Oh! McNamara!
We're heading to overtime.
Set the pick for Essen player to get the bucket. What a big 3-pointer there by Essen player.
And we're tied at 48. We're going to play overtime. 4 minutes of extra hoops coming up right after this on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Free basketball coming up on the HAN network. What a shot from Zach Essenplayer, and we send it to overtime. You said it, behind the play, you don't see it. The screen from McNamara to open him up, and huge. No other way to put it. So tied at 48, we'll play a 4-minute sudden death overtime period. We'll play as many as necessary until we have a winner. You're watching the FCIAC semifinals in boys basketball on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN network. Let's go across the court. Chris Kutzo was inside the huddles in between regulation and overtime.
Frank, for the message for Ridgefield is just stay smart. Do not force anything, and we got to be careful with fouls. It's really important that they keep their two playmakers, Zach Essenplayer and Brendan McNamara, on the court here. Ever so important. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Essenplayer fan with 4, Kev, and McNamara with 3 as he's working on Marcus Fox, and it's poked aside. He'll stay with the Tigers.
Yeah, if you go back to the game-tying 3, McNamara set the pick at half court, which led Essenplayer open down the base. Hit the three-pointer on the side, wide open, big 3.
Three-pointer from the corner, and it's good.
St. Pierre. I think that Essenplayer three-pointer ignited a spark for the Tigers here. What a big 3 to start overtime.
Only one three-pointer through the first 31 minutes and 50 seconds of regulation. They've hit 2 on their last 2 shots. Inside Torres with the left hand.
Keep giving Torres the ball. He's been able to find a way to break this Tigers defense. Essenplayer's got to be careful here with the ball.
He goes inside to the rack, and he's called for the travel as he was tripped up over Marcus Fox.
Man, Marcus Fox, his defense in the fourth quarter, and this play right here in overtime, coming up big down the stretch.
As they are in search of a towel now after Essenplayer hit the floor. Can see the Wilton student section is making their way into the stadium now, being held off to this far left as they can put them. Couldn't keep them in the hallway anymore. We're seeing Trumbull cheerleaders enter in. Still a game to follow this one. A spot in the FCI championship on the line. It's currently a 1-point Tigers lead.
Only fitting that these 2 teams are in overtime, Frank.
Devontae Vines with it, looking inside, couldn't get it to Fox. Now Fox has to expand outside the 3-point line to take control. Vines gonna put up a 3, well off the mark, and McNamara the board. Taken away by Vines, goes up strong, no good, and Javon Hernandez the rebound. His shot no good. Why not another offensive rebound? And finally, a foul called on the Tigers.
Man, Danbury, so good on the second chance opportunities here tonight. Tigers fortunate. Brendan McNamara, it's only his 3rd.
And Devontae Vines now at the line shooting 2. His first trip there of the night. Good on the first. Tied at 51. Two for 2, and it's now a 1-point Hatters lead.
Big foul shots there made by Vines.
As Danbury expands the press. Tigers able to break it. Bounce pass inside. Essenplayer with the left hand, and it's good.
There's that Essenplayer-McNamara duo there. Good cut by Essenplayer inside and the pretty finish.
It's a pocket pass.
That's right.
And a 1-point lead now. Vines working on St. Pierre. That's an offensive foul as he lowered his shoulder.
Great job by St. Pierre, but he's a little slow to get up there, holding his side. Vines went in real hard inside there.
Might have had the wind knocked out of him on that one. Vine looked like a fullback heading through the lane. .206 remaining, and not enough room in the far section, so Danbury and Wilton going to share the student section now. I think they can agree upon a hatred for Ridgefield, if nothing else.
I think they can.
Frank, we better tell our friend Bill Bloxham he's got to be careful. He's going to get swallowed up by that Wilton student section.
Well, chance of Let's Go Wilton now reigning over the gymnasium. As McNamara controlling with 2 minutes to play in the overtime period, and he hands off to Essen Player.
I tell you, that Warrior Tribe, some atmosphere out there, Frank, in that parking lot. They sure know how to bring it.
There's McNamara again up top. Thought about giving a newborn, but instead wants to keep it with Essen Player.
Good defense by Torres.
Trying to beat him off the dribble, spins inside. Majority. As there's a minute 30 now.
Smart play by McGarity. Kick it back out to McNamara. Work this ball around.
Tigers trailing by 1. Correction, Tigers on top by 1. Looking for help, and a foul called here.
They were looking for that.
With a minute 22 remaining. Might have been the best possession of the night, Chris, for Ridgefield right there.
Yeah, definitely going to implement those double teams on Brennan McNamara. So important to be careful on the ball with him, especially he's a two-dimensional player. He can play defense too. He's been very important for Ridgefield in this game on both ends of the floor. Back to you.
As McNamara hits the first.
That's a big bucket. They killed a lot of time off that clock, Frank, on that possession. You're right. Best possession I think Ridgefield's had all night.
It was just smart. No rush. You have the lead. There's no shot clock. No need to force anything inside. You're forced Danbury's hand to foul. As McNamara hits both. And now Marcus Fox in an interesting position playing with 4 fouls.
See what Danbury draws up here.
Hernandez inside and McNamara blocked it. Back to Essen Player. Poked away. McNamara on it. Last touch by Cameron Snow. No. Last touch by McNamara, and it's going back to the Hatters, trailing by 3.
Essen Player saying, my bad, to McNamara.
I was shocked we didn't see Coach McClellan use their last time out. They were teetering right up around 7-8 seconds on that 10 count and showing no signs of gaining half court.
Again, can Marcus Fox lead this comeback?
Fox inside, and the jumper is good. Coach Bach going to use his second to last time out. And a strong move there from the senior captain. He's got 10 points in the fourth in overtime. We're going to step aside quickly. We'll be right back with the final 56 seconds after this on the HAN Network.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest Salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek Salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
55-54, free overtime on the HAN Network. A Zach Essen Player buzzer-beating three-pointer sent us to the extra period. Number 3, Ridgefield. Number 7, Danbury. Hatters on possession right now. Correction, it is Ridgefield on possession right now.
Tigers got to get it past half court, Frank. Plain and simple. Get the inbound, get it to half court. Not a lot of time here if you're McNamara.
As he almost lost control. Across the way, controlling that one is Price, and it's back to Newborn, and the Hatters quick to foul here with 46 seconds remaining. And you know what? In a game where free throw shooting has been anything but close to a guarantee, I like the move to force Ridgefield's hand early on.
Newborn especially early on, struggling a little bit from the line. See Danbury players getting that student section riled up. Or should I say the Danbury Wilton student section.
Man.
Since they've combined both student sections on our left side over here. Holy smokes.
Oh for 2, Torres the rebound. Hatters with a chance to take the lead.
No need to rush anything here if you're Danbury. Lots of time.
Jordan Aline back to Fox, and the lay-in goes. Danbury on top by 1, 56-55, under 30 to play. Ryan Malley into the game. Essen player inside, tied up in a jump ball. It's going back to the Hatters.
You almost don't want this game to end, Frank. Both teams giving it their all. What a fantastic game. First half was very slow. Second half, though, I mean, you're looking at the student section right here. Oh.
Titus
They got to get
it in, but Coach Bach gets a timeout. And that will be the Hatters' final timeout. 14 seconds remaining. We'll be right back on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Seconds, Chris, make it count. Back on the HAN Network. Let's go across the way to Chris Kutzo. What was the message in that timeout, Chris?
Got to foul quickly, and they just have to make sure that Danbury doesn't get in the front court in order to get that basket. Back to you.
As they do get it in, and it goes to Torres. Could not have picked a better player to have the rock in his hand right now.
Yeah, they really scripted that play in order to get in the hands of Chris Torres. So good down the stretch. He seems to always show up against the Ridgefield Tigers.
Torres at the line with 13 seconds, and the Hatters clinging to a 1-point lead. That's no good. Ridgefield still has one timeout.
I expect them to get the inbound and take it to half court, then call it. That's what I would do if I'm Coach McClellan.
Torres leads all scorers with 23. He needs this one to make it a 2-point game. And it's good. Coach Bach going to use the timeout right away. 57-55. We'll stay here through it. Do you run the same plays the fourth quarter?
It's a great question. You got to get it in the hands of Zach Essen, player. Plain and simple. You got to get it in his hands. Let him get the ball up the court at least.
A lot more time than that fourth quarter play. Tigers only need 2. I think that brings McNamara back into play. Would you be surprised to see a little bit of pick and roll action, maybe anticipating that switch from the Hatters?
Not at all. I think you may also see a double team at half court. You just don't know. There's so many that's why this is such a great game. You have so many great players throughout this roster and on the floor right now. To script something up for the Ridgefield Tigers, you can go one of many ways. I think someone that they're going to miss on the floor, though, two players, Ladowdy and Longo. Those two guys, they would love to have them on the floor right now. Look for them down low.
And Chris, you were inside the huddle. What was the message?
You got to be smart. They can't turn the ball over here. Don't succumb to Danbury pressure, and they're going to set up their shooters in the corner and try and get a three here. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Hatters showing no sign of press. No matter what, the message from Casey Box, you cannot foul.
There it is. Zach Essen player here with the ball. 10 seconds.
Off the screen of McNamara, up to the rack, off glass, good. No timeouts left. Here's Hernandez. He's going to gain half court and throw up a prayer, and it's short. Let's play another one.
Only fitting. How about Zach Essen player? Two big buckets. One to force overtime and one to force second overtime. Captain Clutch.
57-57, second overtime to follow. We'll be right back on the home of FCX Sports, the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Renito, Kevin Coleman, Chris Kutzo getting set for overtime number 2. As it'll be Ridgefield to start with possession. As that ball last touched by Torres.
Great job there by St. Pierre. Good hustle by these two athletes. Try and get the scrum.
As it is St. Pierre outside. Up top to Newborn, and now Essen player, who's had the game-tying buckets at the end of regulation in the first overtime, to reset up top. Down low for McNamara, working on Fox with 4 fouls, hesitates in the lane, and the shot no good. Marcus Fox the rebound.
Couldn't get that runner to go. Almost got the shooter's bounce. Nice rebound by Marcus Fox.
Both Fox and Essen player playing with those 4 fouls. Keep an eye on that. Fox trying to post up on McNamara. Javon Hernandez up top. As he is going to work on James St. Pierre. Now it's Messiah Crandall to the rack against Essen player, and it's blocked by McNamara, but Fox the putback.
Fox again. Second chance opportunities. Marcus Fox has been so good on the boards tonight.
8 second chance points in the game for Marcus Fox. He's now got 16 overall. As McNamara keeps this one in play. Thought about the 3, instead goes to Newborn. Got St. Pierre looking for help. Essen player inside. Over to Newborn. Miscaught it once and then gets to the rack to finish.
Nice job there. Essen player over to Newborn. Newborn strong finish.
Good eyes by the official. Newborn never truly handled that first pass. That's why it wasn't a travel. You saw him signal for the juggle. 59-59. 2 minutes remaining. Taken away by Essen player. Being chased down by Torres, but Chris can't keep it in bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. A bad turnover there from the Hatters.
Great job by Essen player there. Chris Torres, again, showing off the hustle, and you're going to see here Javon Hernandez holding on to his hamstring there. He's going to come out. Cameron Snow going to check in.
So Cameron Snow will check back in to spell Hernandez, who meets with the training staff. Under 2 minutes to play, inside to McNamara. Trying to go up through Fox, gets the basket and the foul. And
Brendan McNamara.
That will be all they wrote for Marcus Fox, his 5th and final foul.
What a big spot there by Brendan McNamara. The two of them battling so hard down low. McNamara wins the battle, and Marcus Fox is done for the night. You see that bench right now, you're seeing right there. You got Denali Burton, Marcus Fox, Titus James, all on the bench right there.
McNamara up to 20 points in the game. Hernandez still sitting by the training staff as the free throw no good. It is a 2-point Tigers lead. And that's another huge missed opportunity. Danbury's only hit 1 3-pointer in this game. As Snow crossed over St. Pierre, and then Messiah Crandall couldn't finish the lay-in. Another foul, and McNamara back to the line.
You know what? That was a great look for Danbury. Great pass by Cameron Snow. Messiah, my man, use the glass.
A minute 36 remaining, 61-59. Off the back iron, no good, as McNamara can't find the stroke at the charity stripe.
McGarity gonna check in. McNamara's gotta hit these foul shots.
Second free throw, good.
Gets the shooter's bounce, up 3 now. Danbury, plenty of time, run the offense.
62-59, Snow working off the pick. Here's Torres with it into the lane, goes up with his left hand and finishes again. Chris Torres, 25 points now on the night.
Silently with 25, Chris Torres, how about his performance tonight? They got to get it over the half-court line.
Essen player was wording timeout to the officials, couldn't get it. Goes down for McGarity. Back up top to Essen player with less than a minute to play. And finally, the timeout given to Ridgefield with 57 seconds left. It's 62-61 Tigers. We'll take it as well and be right back after this.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. Mr. Handyman CD.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
Mr. Handyman CD.com.
Back on the HAN network, 61-62, Danbury trails. Tigers on possession now with 57 seconds remaining in the second overtime. McNamara has been the go-to guy in this period, but it's obviously been Essen player down the stretch. Who do you want the ball in your hands now, Kev? And keep in mind, Brendan McNamara has missed 2 of his last 3 free throws.
It's Zach Essen player. I think he's been so great down the stretch. Clutch, obviously, as we've seen. Give him the ball. Let Danbury foul him.
And Chris, we've seen Danbury go for those fouls very quickly. Do you expect to see the same, or do they try for a steal here potentially?
I think that Ridgefield is just going to milk the clock as much as they can here. They're up by 1 and they have 57 seconds left. You have to imagine that they're going to try and chew as much clock as possible down the stretch here. So expect Danbury to foul quick enough. Back to you.
Essen player working here on Marquise Ward Morning, and the foul called now, as both coaches are going to have to start digging into the bench to bring in defensive specialist players who can sacrifice fouls, with your starters and those first guys now in foul trouble, Kev, with 50 seconds remaining.
Well, in games like this, Frank, at any level, it comes down to who has the better depth, the better bench. Which underclassman's going to show up? Who's going to come up big down the stretch? And this guy, Zach Essenplayer, just has the touch for the dramatic moments. And right here, hitting a big free throw to go up 2. 50 seconds left. And if you're Danbury, again, run the offense. Plenty of time. You don't need a three-pointer, even if he makes this.
This would make it a 3-point Tigers lead.
So good. You talk about clutch. Zach Essenplayer has his name written all over it.
64-61. Snow over to Jordan Allen. Inside Aline, and he gets the lay-in to go. And a timeout taken by Coach Bach now with 38 seconds left. That is the Hatters' final timeout. We'll spend it as well. Right back on the HAN Network.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars.
Wow.
Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Welcome back to Fairfield Ward High School. Chris Cuzzo is standing in between the benches. He heard what Coach Casey Bach had to say during that last timeout.
Just really press the Ridgefield Tigers here. They got to force a turnover. Down by 1 with 38 seconds left. If they don't force the turnover, don't force the 8 seconds in the backcourt, and don't force the 5-second violation on the baseline in the inbound pass, they're going to have to foul. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. 38 seconds left. The inbound the most important, but now only trailing by 1. Do you give yourself an opportunity to get the 10-second violation, or do we see Danbury continue to foul right away?
I think you try and get the steal here. I don't think you try and foul right away. They were down by maybe 3 or more. That's when you foul right away. But with 38 seconds left, Frank, that's plenty of time.
As they fake the Hail Mary pass, and it finds the hands of Essenplayer. Double team coming quickly up ahead, and McNamara able to hold on to it all the way across. And with plenty of time now, it's back to Essenplayer as he plays catch with McNamara. Still no foul yet. Down low and controlling it this time is Alexander Price. And finally a foul with 20 seconds remaining.
Jordan Aileen frustrated. Coach Bach very frustrated as well. That's number 4.
That is
on
the
Vines.
5th foul on Vines. So Deontay's day comes to an end. He is the 3rd Hatter to foul out. We haven't heard Chris Longo or Nick Ladowdy's name in a while because both of them have also fouled out for the Ridgefield Tigers. Essenplayer at the line to make this a 2-point lead. No.
These missed foul shots, Frank, even in the first quarter, first half. A lot of missed foul shots tonight.
This is why I have no hair. Essenplayer, second one, good. No timeouts remaining for the Hatters. So Snow, trailing by 2, will bring it up. 15 seconds on the clock. Off a screen from Aline. Back to Torres. He's been the game's best player as he goes to the lane. Right hand is blocked by McNamara. McGarrity's got it. Back to Essenplayer, and he is fouled with 5 seconds remaining. 4th block of the night for McNamara. None bigger than that.
No Ladowdy, no Longo. What does McNamara do? He comes up big down the stretch. What a massive block.
Zach Essenplayer back at the free throw line. 1 of 2 the last time, and he circles in the first.
That's a dagger right there.
5 seconds left. It is a 3-point lead. Free throw would make it 4. And he hits it.
That's a dagger. Let's see what Danbury does here.
Snow over to the corner. Jordan Brown for three. No good. The Ridgefield Tigers are going to the FCIAC championship.
What a game. This is a game I did not want to end. Danbury, what a fantastic game from both sides. One team, unfortunately, had to go home. It was the Danbury Hatters, and Frank, again, what a unbelievable high-drama game. Tigers showing that grit, showing that toughness down the stretch. Zach Essenplayer, how about his clutch three-pointers, big layups, big foul shots at the end.
He finishes the game with 16 points, including none bigger than the three-pointer at the end of regulation to send it to the extra period. Who else had a huge role? How about Brendan McNamara, 4 blocks, including that last shot. Both the captains are standing by with our Chris Kutzo. Chris.
Duo HAN players of the game. Zach, take me through the buzzer beater in the fourth.
I thought it wasn't going in. I was thinking about that same move all night. I didn't think it actually happened, but it went in.
Now, Brendan, big game from you. How does it feel to get past these guys in a rivalry like this?
It's amazing. It's always a hard-fought game. It comes down to the end, no matter what. It comes down to the end, no matter what. And today wasn't our best game. We had I started off rough. Nikki and Chris both fouled off, but we just found a way to win in the end.
All right, now Zach, how were you able to win this war of attrition by this team?
Man, it was a tough start. Honestly, it was just we get that feeling sometimes when we lose that we're not going to win. And honestly, just like after that shot, I knew we were really going to win that game. I knew we weren't losing that game.
All right, now Brendan, how do you look forward to this potential game between Wilton and Trumbull? What do you think?
It's probably one of the biggest games I've ever played in my life. We go to practice, get ready. We got a day. We'll probably stay, watch these two teams, try to get ready.
All right, duo HAN players of the game, Brendan McNamara and Zach Essenplayer, moving on to the FCIAC finals. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, boys. Kev, a lot of fun. We're going to step aside. We'll be able to talk about this one a little bit more in a couple of minutes, but let's catch our breath. The Ridgefield Tigers have solidified a spot in the FCIAC championship. We'll find out who they play shortly. Trumbull and Wilton coming up next on your home for FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.